Testing. All right, there we go. All right. I'm glad I would double check that right there. All right. Where do I usually assign this to? Speakers. Chat.
Like the last half of the chapter.
I did, but
chat. Okay, there we go. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm glad we caught that right away. I'm glad I'm in the habit now of checking that as we go live to make sure. Because Lord knows I can check it when it's not live and it will look fine, and then I will go live and it will not be fine.
Can anyone?
But yes.
It would be.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bad Fanfiction Night. I am your host, Remy McNeil. Joining me, as always, is the wonderful Twilight Guardian.
Hello.
Today, we are continuing our deep read into RWBY Project Alpha. We are currently on Chapter 2. We stopped in the dead middle of it because, Christ, these long chapters.
Yeah, whoever decided that it was a good idea in the fanfiction world to make their chapters 12 million words long needs to be shot.
They all want to be the next
Tolkien. No. You don't want to shoot them. You just want to talk to them.
No.
Currently.
You just want to talk to you.
No, I will shoot them with a Nerf gun if I have to.
He's making a family guy joke.
I know what the joke is. Thank you.
Well, yeah, no, I'm pointing it out because it fell flat, dude.
I'm trying to.
Wait, this is bad fan fiction night? I thought this was a Tekken tournament.
Yeah, actually, to quote Dederex, so last we left off, not six-toed Batman lured a young girl into sleep for preparations.
I'm glad you had to qualify his number of toes.
What did I miss?
Of course.
So much.
You have missed some really weird, uncomfortable stuff. Weiss is currently inside of her Inception dreams, learning to use as a hyperbolic time chamber to train herself, and now she's encountered Whitley in here, who may or may not be either a fabrication of the dream or might actually be there training with her in the dream. It's not really clear.
Dream.
Oh, by the way, to do this, not Batman snuck in through her bedroom window, and she just kind of accepted it with no problem.
So,
don't forget the part where she became a slave.
Oh, right, yeah, no, there was that part too. She was, I don't even know, that's right, she got, like, kidnapped onto a boat? Or she woke up on a boat after falling asleep in a cave.
Yeah.
Because dream logic.
We learned a lot of interesting things about Weiss this chapter.
Yeah.
And the fact that she ate food like a dog.
Look, all I'm saying is that when Shark Girl and Lava Boy, which is not the actual title, but I don't make sense. When that film makes more sense.
Guys, quiet.
All right. Well, let's please remember the rules. I and Twy are the priority speakers, so if we're talking, we expect you guys to be settling down and quiet. Otherwise, we do enjoy your quips and commentary and small, and I emphasize the small, bits of conversation. We don't mind that. That is fine. Just remember, when the joke goes dead, drop it, and when we're trying to move on, which me and Twy will just start reading, we want you guys to go quiet, because we feel like it is time to move on. So with all that said, sit back, relax, grab a nice beverage, and enjoy. Oh, and also, Twy, if you want to check ahead for a good place to swap over, I would appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah. Cursed Knight, I joined in just to hear Twilight wanting murder. I just joined in to hear Twilight wanting murder. All right, good, accurate, yes.
Well, at least you were able to get what you wanted, so I'm glad that you were able to do that.
Unfortunately, the true murder isn't happening today because we're not talking about Digimon.
Excalibur says, "Why are you Charlie?" Hello, everyone.
Why are you Charlie?
Voice Critical coming at you with the hottest new fanfictions. Now, we all know about some of the shittiest fanfictions out there. Like, we're talking the stinkiest, dirtiest fanfiction you've ever... Okay, I can't keep this going.
Are you dissing my boy?
No, I love Moist. He's hilarious, but like, just
same.
I think this is funny.
Didn't like that.
Shorty, like
You heard
Shorty
it
Keanu Reeves,
like
from
likes
Florida.
moist.
All right.
Like moist. I'm just getting over a heavy rainfall.
All right. Well, let's get into this. So we're picking up with Whitley and her brother like flying together, I think, on one of her summons. Anyway. Or was it a Grim? I think they were maybe on a Grim.
I think they were on one of Weiss's. No, they were attacking a Grim. You're right.
It's not really important, honestly. Whitley held onto his sister for dear life as both rode a wave of magma through the tunnel. You see what I tell you? Already. No reason that we needed to know any of that. Using a rock as a surfboard. Not
Yeah.
a sentence.
Okay.
Not a sentence.
So I'm sorry.
It's the size or shape of the rock.
Hey,
No, it's
Peter.
a
No,
rock.
no, guys, Celtic. You mentioned I know
No, it's
you
like
said
Spike in 3D.
I know you said Sock Boy and Lava Girl, but Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Did you?
No, I said
no
Shark
fucking
Girl and
dumbass?
Lava Boy. I mixed that up. There wasn't sock. What? But I
don't
didn't
know,
predict
man.
this. I wasn't even.
I don't know
reading it.
either, man.
Even the wrong movie. You're thinking of Spike in 3D.
Oh.
Regardless, did you become Nostradamus with the utter insanity that just is going to happen on screen
Yes.
within 1
Okay,
For
second?
the sake of
guys.
simplicity, yes. Anyway,
Okay.
the poltergeist was
We're-
still in front of them, but they were catching up despite slowing down. What? Weiss fired a lightning bolt at the Grim, but did dodge the attack. She kept firing lightnings at the enemy, but never managed to hit it due to its swiftness and the ability to see in two directions at...
Oh damn, lightning's in this?
Okay, author, I need to indicate to you, humans are capable of seeing in two directions at once. We have peripheral vision. It's not a
but
special
it's-
ability. You need to be more specific.
You have peripheral vision. I simply cross my eyes.
Lightning's next stage. I mean, we all know that.
Of course.
Weiss noticed her brother slowly moving his right hand forward for a short time before he held onto her again and heard him trying to focus, letting out exhausted gasps every time before he pulled his hand back. What is he doing? Weiss thought. Wait, don't tell me he's trying to stop the Grim from dodging. She waited until Whitley tried again, then created a glyph next to the poltergeist and shot a lightning bolt at it. The Grim tried to dodge the attack, but crashed into the glyph and was impaled by Weiss's sword. That was not at all involved in this. The siblings stopped on a small platform by the side of the magma river. Weiss, you did it, Whitley cheered. No, we did it, Weiss said. What do you mean? Whitley asked, and said, forgot about that. You killed it. True, but I couldn't have done this without your help, Weiss said. You kept that thing from evading my attacks after all. I did? Whitley asked, looked at his hand again, and said, Yes, I did. I really helped kill a Grim. You sure
Oh,
did,
shut up.
Weiss said. Now
Why
let's
are
get
you
out
here?
of here and back home. The siblings left the volcanic cave through a tunnel, and Whitley kept trying to move a small rock in his hand with his glyphs. Though he had little success, he eventually stopped trying and dropped the pebble.
What?
Okay.
What pebble?
Why are we dedicating Whitley learning glyphs when this is not even the real one? It's a dream version.
I'm not even sure he's learning glyphs. Like, honestly, I do not know what the fuck he's learning or doing.
Or is he the real one and this is
Guys.
some weird shared dream?
Guys, we have to stop asking questions and notice the fact that Lightning has given us a bountiful meme.
What?
Ooh. Feeding time.
Oh my god, that's amazing. All right.
Situation.
All right, I
Oh.
can go for another 5 minutes.
When the siblings left the cave, they found themselves on a black beach with a basalt stone cliff overlooking it. After they had walked a little and realized they were to the southeast of Mountain Glen, the black head of a King Taijitu appeared in front of Weiss, and she stopped her brother. Watch out! Its other head could be anywhere, Weiss said, and got ready to fight. No, actually, its head it's at the other end of its tail. So just look where the other end of its tail is.
Because humans can only look in one
Where's
direction.
the
Oh,
other end
you're
of its
right.
tail?
Well, humans can only look in one direction, so we can't see where else it might be. Weiss, Whitley said. Not now, I need to focus, Weiss said. Its other head is nearby, but if I get careless, they'll attack. What? It's behind you. It's fucking behind you. That's where this joke is going. Weiss, listen, Whitley said. Later, Weiss said. Right now, we need to survive. Weiss, Whitley called out, grabbed his sister's shoulder, and spun her around so she could see the white head looming above them. Suddenly, both heads attacked, and Weiss couldn't tell which one to block first, because she could only look one direction. Whitley threw up his hands and blocked both attacks with glyphs, throwing the head aside to make them impale each other with the fangs. After both heads evaporated, Whitley dropped to his knees and let out an exhausted sigh.
And suddenly a King Taijitu is going to attack. That's going to be really difficult for our protagonist. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
The reason Weiss couldn't see it is because she's got one of those eye patches on. Like, she's
Well, no, I was
going to
say, it turns out she's one of those hammerhead shark faunas. And just...
Oh, no.
Whitley,
Oh
are
my
you
God,
all
how
right?
did-
Weiss asked. Weiss, Whitley began, then hugged her and started crying. Whitley, Weiss said softly, hugging her brother back. I don't know how you do this, Whitley sobbed. These things, they're terrifying. I watched people die, and I had to do horrible things just to stay alive. Oh, sorry, he was also a slave, I think. I'm sorry, I thought this was easy. It's not. How do you handle all this? I just do, Weiss answered. Stop being a bitch.
Damn.
I may have
A
improv that
man
line.
can only wish.
What's the, like, fucking...
I'm just built different.
It's the Vine Boom Giga Chad theme start playing, but it's just Weiss.
Yeah. Being a huntress means protecting those who can't protect themselves, and being a symbol of hope in a cruel, unforgiving world. It means having power, but using this power to help those who can't help themselves. I choose this life for myself, and I'm sticking with that choice. Truly dialogue right out of Batwoman.
Yeah. Literally cut
Next thing
half
you know,
of
she's
it.
gonna
Exactly
say,
half
with great
of it.
power comes great responsibility.
Sounds like a speech RWBY would make, to be honest.
But I never chose any of this, Whitley cried. I just woke up in this nightmare and had to fight for my life ever since. It's going to be all right, Weiss said. We'll just get back home, and then you can forget all about this. Can we stay here a little longer? Whitley asked, still sobbing. Sure, Weiss answered, and both sat down in the sand. Whitley hugged his sister again and began to crying for several minutes, allowing Whitley to just let out all the fear and confusion of the past week. After Whitley was done... by the way, they've been in Dream World, they've been here for weeks. Out of World, I guess they've been here for hours? I don't know. Time is broken.
Wait, that is the real Whitley?
I
Oh,
suppose.
time is a flat circle. No, time is a flat circle.
I'm not an ambi-looker. I can't look left. The siblings walked... after Whitley was done crying and the siblings got back up, they reached a path cutting through the cliff. The siblings went down the path, hoping to reach civilization at its end. The siblings walked for a while until they began seeing thick, dark green spider webs on the walls. The webs became more and more prominent, and eventually thick fog covered the passage as well. Looking around, Weiss thought she saw someone. Hello? Weiss called out, but Noon answered. Weiss, I'm scared, Whitley said. Don't worry, I'm here. Weiss said, drew her rapier, and summoned 2 Armagaigas, just in case they were attacked. She can just summon 2 of them at the same time now, I guess. Suddenly, Weiss heard Ruby's voice. Weiss, is that you? Ruby called out from the fog, and Weiss stopped. Ruby, where are you? Weiss asked and looked around. Over here, hurry! Ruby called back, and Weiss and Whitley followed her voice through a small opening in the wall. They came into an open area, which was mostly free of webs and fog. Ruby? Weiss asked. Where are you? She looked around, but couldn't find her team leader anywhere. I'm sorry, Ruby's voice said, now behind Weiss, but your friend isn't here. Weiss turned around, and a large spider-like grim became visible on the wall above the only way out. It had 2 large fangs, 8 legs, and bone plates on its body with red markings on its abdomen. Otherwise, it's just a spider with bone plates.
So
half that description is just spiders, and the other half is just grim.
Well, no, it's like even the red markings on its abdomen. Literally, the only thing that's unusual as a spider is the bone plates.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also
Why are
the
you guys
green
talking
legs.
about Nanako? What's going on there?
It was the fog. Inaba killer was mentioned. And
no!
Beams flowed.
Every day's great at your Tunis. Let's see.
Well, at least they didn't mention pancakes.
Weiss?
Oh, wait,
Someone say
wrong
pancakes?
game, wrong
Yeah.
install.
Guys,
Weiss,
shush.
what is that? Whitley asked, clinging to his sister. You humans call us life stealers. Very uncreative. It's very annoying. The Grim answered, still speaking with Ruby's voice. Oh. I just figured as newest member of Tour Swarm, you should know. Oh, that's very nice of you. The Grim shot 2 bolts of energy from the markings on its abdomen, paralyzing Weiss and Whitley.
So I'm suddenly reminded of the Hellboy comic where this like Wendigo-looking thing just screams out and is like, "Ah, I'm Paul." Hi, Paul.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
After waking up, Weiss found herself in a cocoon, with only her face being free. She managed to look around a little, and this is where the porn begins.
Stop.
That'll become like a recurring catchphrase for Bad Fanfiction Night. No.
Hey.
All right.
Does like stuck porn really deserve that music?
No.
Really?
No, it doesn't. She managed to look around a little and saw that she was back at Beacon, except that the academy was covered in spider webs, and she was hanging above the ocean. This is quite literally Fat Man's nightmare. Life stealers were crawling around the webs around her, and she saw a figure approach her through the fog. As the figure came closer, it turned out to be a life stealer carrying a woman with pale white skin and red black eyes who wore a black robe.
What is this? Hunter Hunter?
Okay, wait.
Not Hunter,
So
Demon Slayer?
it's carrying her. So is it? I need to elaborate. Is she mounted on it? Like, is she riding it like a horse? Is she standing on it? Is it like carrying her bridal style? Like, how is it carrying her? This is hilarious. Like, depending. Actually, no, any of these is hilarious.
I'm imagining just a spider carrying this lady like she's like a prize, just like, here you are, here it is.
I'm pretty sure.
What I'm carrying is in carrying this team.
Weiss, the woman said in a calm voice. My name is Salem. What have you done to my brother? Weiss asked. I simply gave him the power to protect himself, Salem answered. And he chose to stay with me in return. You too can have that power. All I ask in return is your loyalty. You could rule this land, do whatever you want, and all you had to do was accept my gift. But I put it in the past tense, so I already know you're going to reject it. I'll never join you, Weiss said. You see, that's what I was talking about. And I know my brother won't either. Where is he? Looks like you have a lot to learn, Salem said and turned to the Grim. Drop her. She'll learn. The Grim carrying her turned around while the other life stealers went and jammed their fangs into the cocoon holding Weiss. The red markings on their fangs began glowing, and Weiss felt a warm liquid seeping into the cocoon. As soon as it made contact with her skin, she felt a burning pain as her entire body contorted and twisted. She screamed in pain and passed out shortly after. So, if I were out...
Oh my god.
Lightning!
No.
Lightning!
No.
Jesus Christ, lightning!
Oh my...
What did he
No!
do?
Truly, Salem!
Don't bring Jeff into this.
Why
Oh,
won't you
God.
love me, Dad? This is... I need to pull, whatever, Norb, whatever his fucking name. We need to pull him aside and be like, okay,
What?
so, sir, what was the point of this again? Because all this seems like is unnecessary torture. Training through power naps. Teddy Bear Paladin. That's great.
I know that.
When Weiss woke up, her head was spinning and her entire body felt strangely disproportionate. Her muscles and bones felt much stronger and denser, and she had a weird weight pulling her backwards when she tried to sit. Oh no. Spiders! Not again! So, you're finally awake. Familiar. The second time you've used this. A familiar voice said near her. Weiss turned her head, which felt off balance as well, and saw a vaguely humanoid Ursa with bone plating resembling actual armor humans would wear, with the markings on the chest armor resembling a bird. Weiss instinctively jumped up and reached for her weapon, but she couldn't find it. When she looked down, she saw that her entire body was covered in black feathers. Her feet had turned into razor-sharp talons, and her fingers had claws protruding from them. She let out an ear-piercing screech, and the humanoid Grim covered his ears. She was on a small island off the northern coast of Vale, which how you could tell that from where you are, with a small campfire burning next to her. So she's a
Weiss can
harpy
just
now.
do these.
So she's
Weiss
a-
can just do these things, okay?
Okay,
She can perfectly tell which slaving ship she was on
Well,
at
you know
first
that
glance.
you know that one guy that's like really good at GeoGuessr?
Yes.
Hold up.
The Docks Master.
Hey, that's a new drawing.
Okay, so in terms of weird fetishes that I've noticed in this stream, we have
What?
slavery, we have
Slavery, cocooning, we have
spiders,
spiders, we
Webbing.
have well, I already said cocooning.
Goo.
Oh,
and now we have animal
what's-
Oh,
transformation.
and yeah, we can't forget the
What was-
goo. We
is
can't forget the
spiders
toes.
one of the trigger
Got the
warnings?
goo.
Twilight
Guys.
Sorry? Yes?
was one of the trigger warnings at the start of the chapter spiders.
Yeah, it was spiders.
Of course.
Disappointed.
You really
Yeah,
needed a
boo. That's actually reasonable.
seriously.
Yeah, it's
Like,
reasonable because I know Fat Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a coward. So.
Dang.
bruh.
I wonder how seriously people think I am whenever I make jokes like that. I have to wonder.
mean,
Does
well,
it just
there-
everyone
there was
around?
a
No,
spider,
I just like taking the piss. It's great.
I mean, if you want me to be 100% honest, my roommate thinks that you and Twy hate me for the arcane streams.
no. It's just Twy.
That's true.
Oh, finally, I understand. It all makes sense now.
I mean, hey, at least your roommate thinks I'm cool. That's all that matters.
Spiders
That is
it is
true.
then. No, that wasn't, but she was already pouring him a brimming glass of spiders. Yeah, I love that meme. It's such a good.
I'm sorry, what?
It's like, oh, what do you want to drink? We've got lemonade, tea, spiders. Spiders it is then. No, that wasn't, but she was already pouring him a brimming glass of spiders. It's
It's like, welcome to Applebee's. Would you like the apples or the bees? The bees? Shall I have the bees?
Look, but sometimes on a hot day, you want a refreshing glass of spiders.
okay. Well, when Weiss spoke, okay, so what's going on? Weiss asked as she stopped screeching. What happened to me? What is this? What are you? Why is this happening? Shut up. Shut up.
Who knows? The possibilities.
My
are
God,
endless.
that's 5 questions. Can we just
Shut the
stick to
fuck
one
up.
or 2 at a time, please? As she frantically walked around, her talons dug themselves into the stone floor on this island, and she tripped, covering her head with a big black wing. She's a fucking Tingle warrior from Power Rangers. I'm Cardin, the humanoid Grim responded. And it's those life stealers. They can mutate just about anything. 5 years after Beacon fell, they swooped in and made the city their home. Noon of them came in ever since they showed up. Since you're in their territory, they turned you into a half-Grim. And then you join their swarm, whether you want to or not. It's only a matter of time. The other already succumbed to this darkness. I'm just waiting for it to happen to me too. Weiss spread her wings in surprise and jumped back into her tower. It's just the fucking depressed guy from Dark Souls 1.
Also,
Which
Do you
one?
have any idea how little that narrows it
Supposed to
down?
mean
Why does it
everyone.
turn them into
I've never
random
played
Grim
Dark
and
Souls.
not just more life stealers? Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to make his fetishes too obvious.
also, Cardin's a
Too
bitch.
late.
Also,
Dishonor.
we got to add the corruption tag to this. Just saying.
I know.
Yep.
Why am I? Weiss spread her wings in surprise and jumped back on her talons. Why am I a bird? Weiss asked, half shouting. Harpy, more accurately, Cardin answered. But I don't know. It seems random or based on something like cosmic justice or whatever.
What?
What?
That's a leap.
Sorry, say
This
that
is
again.
this is the
okay, I
same.
need to-
This is the same. It's either random or it's cosmic justice or whatever. Same energy as some say your aura comes from your soul. Some say it doesn't, and some say it's a third completely different. It's like same exact energy.
I'm about to jump out my window.
Also,
Lightning got the job.
I just turned into a bird, Ruby. I just turned into a bird.
Turned myself into a bird. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
My team and I almost got our butts handed to us to use. Sorry, I pronounced it wrong. Me and my team almost got our butts handed to use by a big Ursa once, and now we're all part Ursa. If you find any of them, be kind to them and end it quickly. Where's my brother? Weiss asked. You have a brother? Cardin responded, and Weiss nodded. Yes, I do, and that woman told me he joined her or something. That means he's a beacon, Cardin explained, or rather what used to be beacon. It's their hideout now. Weiss looked up at the tower, which served as support for a massive spiderweb, and determination filled her eyes. She took a few steps back, then started running and flapping her wings until the ground underneath her disappeared and she was flying towards the academy.
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah.
I just woke up as a harpy. I can just fly now.
It's a shithole.
I am wait. I was so waiting for her, just like, and my arms are tired. Whoop. Just crash right down.
Oh, Dandra, now you're right. She's fine now.
Yes, I'll die.
After flying for about a minute and somewhat enjoying the wind in her feathers, Weiss heard a familiar voice in her head. Look who decided to join me after all, Salem's voice said. A good choice. All your friends are with me, and even if they weren't, who would want to be friends with a monster? They all trained all their lives to kill the likes of you. You never had many friends, did you? Weiss asked.
You know what? This fic has been dog shit, but at least Weiss is still a roast queen.
Weiss asked. I know RWBY. She'd know if it was me immediately, and she would accept me just the way I am. She's into this. What?
What?
She won't, Salem said. She hates Grimm, and she will hate you as well. There is nothing you can do to change that. And Weiss is like, have you ever heard of a hate fuck? Can you please stop that? I'm trying to be sinister.
I was because we're fucked in the head.
RWBY is a
legit.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I feel bad for the day that I ever get ensnared in some guy's diabolical plan and I have to be like their hostage. Motherfuckers are not going to get a minute of fucking rest when they're explaining shit to me. They will have to put a muzzle on me. And
you're gonna Queen Uberta.
What?
They're gonna cut out your tongue.
The Swan Princess, the second movie, Queen Uberta, the main character's husband's mother, gets kidnapped, and the whole time she just annoys the guy that kidnapped her to almost fucking death because she just won't shut up.
So I'm gonna need you to make a furry
never heard of a
who's
gag?
I'm gonna make you like a furry who's into birds and pipe down.
You get piped down, not piped down.
Pipe down, pipe down.
Oh,
I don't get it.
Just be quiet already. You're not fooling anyone, Weiss said. It's true there was a time in my life where I wouldn't have dared to go back to my friends like this, but that is behind me. We may be separated, but we're not divided. And once we're back together, there is nothing we can't do. Suddenly, a beam of energy shot towards Weiss, and she rolled aside to dodge it. The attack hit the water underneath her, causing a fine mist. She dodged several other attacks, and then flew looping and dove beneath the waves, and then realized she can't fly because her wings are wet, and she's not an aquatic bird. She dodged several other attacks. She shot up right in front of the cliff and dug her talons into the nearest life stealer, which are just there now. The Grimm screeched as she squeezed it with all her might. Want to turn this into a screech off? Weiss asked as the Grimm armor plating began to crack and let out a high-pitched screech, perfectly mimicking that of the Grimm except several times louder. Other life stealers came to the two and attacked with their energy projectiles, just like Weiss. Just as Weiss killed the one with her talons. She pushed herself away from the stone wall, and the differently colored projectiles hit the rocky cliffside, even though there was all red to begin with. The resulting explosion destabilized some of the cliff, causing over a dozen of the Grimm to plummet into the ocean beneath. Where are they firing from that they are hitting the cliff that they are on?
Just another cliff.
What is the angle on this?
Ain't nothing but open air.
Raymond's kidnappers.
What's that?
Another cliff disappears.
Third form OP.
Okay.
Please nerf.
No, I had a joke for lightning, but I'll leave it to Ezra.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Oh, okay. Plummeted into the ocean beneath. When the rest fled higher up, Weiss threw fast. I realized I don't have chat up. I need to double check if there's anything that I missed here. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Weiss flew as faster wing to carry her and occasionally kicked a life stealer into the rocks, causing the Grimm to fall down and take several others with it, doing 5d6 worth of fall damage. After she landed on the top of the cliff and made her way towards Beacon, Weiss heard Salem's voice again. Seriously, what the fuck is happening? Do you see it now, Salem asked. The power I can give you. This is only the beginning. You have so much potential. Join me. You can have whatever you want. And Weiss should just turn around. I'm also killing a whole bunch of other fucking Grimm. So I don't know. Where's this going?
I'll never join you.
Raymond actually did have chat up, but didn't see it because humans can only see it in one direction.
Oh no! Oh no!
God.
Can I also have my friends, family, home, and a world free of Grimm? Weiss asked sarcastically. And just Salem, just like, yeah, I'm gonna take all that over, so we'll just have it. It's there. I mean, the Grimm part, yeah, no, you can't. But like, everything else, yeah, sure. As she made her way to the academy, she kicked and punched through hordes of Grimm that tried to stop her, slicing off their heads with her talons, punching through their torsos, or just breaking their necks.
Okay.
Okay.
Devil man.
Okay, I should highlight that, like, my harpies, as I've seen them, often have bad grip because they have their thumbs are like right next to their wings. Like it's just like the same. So it's really hard to hold things. So I'm imagining like how slippery it must be trying to snap something's neck.
What harpy?
They do it with their like feet talons and such. Just like
okay, that is funny. Actually, both are actually pretty funny.
Yeah, have you?
To do. Who needs friends? Salem asked. All they do is hold you back. I take it that means no, Weiss said. You know what? I'm done talking to you. She kicked down the front door of Beacon Academy and found herself face to face with Salem, with Whitley to her right and a jellyfish-like Grimm to her left. Whitley had mutated into a serpentine form, with pale white skin, slit pupils, and a snake tail instead of legs and venomous fangs.
Thanks. We know what a snake looks like.
Yeah. I mean...
I was about to say, listen,
oh my
you want to
God,
say
Whitley
he's
is...
part of...
She turned into a very
Pardon
serpentine
is the crestfallen
form,
warrior.
like a big
Whitley
snake
is the...
that's actually a bigger snake.
I was gonna
Weiss,
say,
become Gwendolyn.
Whitley is Slytherin.
Weiss, you're here, Whitley said. Salem said said she can turn us back into humans if we help her find something first. And you believe that? Weiss asked, and her brother's smile faded. Don't listen to her, Salem said. I can easily revert this mutation if I so choose. Whitley, listen to me, Weiss said, and started walking towards her brother. It doesn't matter what we look like. What matters is who we are on the inside. Well, I mean, if 90% of you on the inside is made up of Grimm, technically speaking, all of us are 70% water, but we're not, like, water. I am not a water, I'm a person.
Are Grimm even water, though?
Yeah, also, considering the fact that Grimm canonically have no souls, you just gave up, you just got pumped out of 90% of yours.
Suddenly, the jellyfish-like Grimm wrapped one of its red tentacles around her neck and began strangling her. Add that to the list. What are you doing? Whitley asked. I thought we needed her. I lied. Okay, great. Salem answered.
Okay.
She would have helped me, but it's not essential.
The honesty.
That was like, legitimately, I actually do appreciate villains. Like, yeah, no, I fucking lied. Screw you. So since she refused to see reason, she must be eliminated. I see, Whitley said, and turned his look back to his sister. Can I do it? Fuck. Okay. Of
Oh
course.
my God,
Salem
Whitley's
answered.
Sarah's just like, my God.
Whitley slid it over to Weiss and raised his right hand. Light purple claws protruded from the white fingertips, and he got ready to attack his sister. Suddenly, he turned around and stretched his arm, slashing Salem across. Just fucking wacky wavy inflatable tube man here, just like whips around. Oh,
like
she
a bat.
across the face. She stumbled back and screamed in pain and surprise. Weiss bit through the tentacle holding her somehow, and Whitley grabbed the Grimm's other tentacles with his tail. What is the meaning of this? Salem hissed, still holding her face. And Whitley's just like, I'm betraying you, motherfucker. What does it look like? There's only one person who can treat my sister like that, Whitley said. And that is me?
Ah.
What? Okay, I was gonna say like
Okay, that's another
And that is
tag.
I was gonna
That's
say like
another
I
tag.
was starting to read something into this, but I was like, that's just internet poisoning me. No, I was right to be
No.
sus of this. I was right
Yeah,
to be
no,
sus of this.
I was also pretty sus of
I-
this.
Only I get to choke my sister.
So,
Well,
Whitley, do you need to see like a therapist?
I'm glad I can keep Chris
Probably.
Hansen in the fucking thumbnail again next week.
No, wait. Weiss.
Oh,
Does Weiss? No. Does Weiss need a therapist? Because remember, I'm pretty sure this
We
is
don't
still
know
her.
if this is the real Whitley or not. For all we know,
Yeah,
it could
like
be.
it's so ambiguous. I mean, you're giving so
Oh
much
my
development for someone who
God.
doesn't probably exist.
As the Grim evaporated, the building started to collapse, and the rubble blocked the exist. The rubble blocked the exist. Everybody stopped existing because of rocks.
Well,
Dang.
fanfiction over.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Thank God.
Raymond, you're a D&D player. Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Yeah.
Oh, screw you, I was
Fat
gonna say.
Man, you made it just in time to miss all the spiders.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That wasn't even intentional.
Yeah, that was.
Fucking great timing, man.
Both siblings looked around trying to find another way out, but the ceiling came down almost entirely and crushed them both.
Aw.
Oh my god!
You know what?
What did he do?
I fucking hate like. Okay, I know it's a Photoshop, but I actually kind of dig
Oh,
that
God.
Weiss is a harpy. That actually kind of works a
Oh,
little
that's
bit.
cute.
Isn't the
Yes,
harpy from,
yes. Oh
Oh,
my
God.
god, it's so cute.
It's just like, I will carry you, my queen.
Just like
I'm kinda here
it's
for it.
not like I like you or anything. I love how big you made her titties. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like unnecessary detail.
Wait, what?
Of course you're good at that.
That's why she has to be carried. She can't lift
It's
those
too
on her legs.
It's like I look,
Yeah, those
I
things
cannot
weigh
find a
50
bra that
pounds
fits
each. What are you
anymore. This
talking
is the most efficient way not to get back pain.
Haha.
I'm
look
not,
how-
I'm
look
not
how
trying to get
thin she
scoliosis
is.
like some bitches out here.
Weiss
Good
woke up,
God.
You're
still
gonna need
sitting in her
those-
bedroom. All right, sorry, I need to double
Guys.
check because you sent me that, didn't you, Twy? What's the line that we?
Oh, you passed it a long time
Oh,
ago.
I
You
am
might
so
as well just
sorry.
finish. You might as well just finish the chapter.
All right, I'm sorry. That was not intentional because I can't check my messages while I'm doing this.
Okay, local Raymond does not remember where he's supposed to stop. He hates Twy, official.
No, it just she sent it to me while I was already
No.
reading. I
The
didn't want to
cruelty.
share. I
And
don't
stop,
want
won't
to flash
stop.
me and Twy's private DMs on the stream for very reasonable reasons.
Phone out
Okay,
on the
okay.
side.
Okay, first off,
Yeah,
what's
we're not
the
pressing this anymore.
what's the embarrassment going to be? It's just going to be Twilight ranting about whatever anime she's watching.
I mean, true though.
So
Sorry.
Twilight, what
Okay.
anime are you
That's-
watching?
That shit can be cringe sometimes. I mean, I remember a phase where I just watched the entirety of the Godzilla Polygon trilogy and went ballistic.
The Godzilla polyamory? What?
Polygon
What?
trilogy, as in like the studio that animated it.
Okay, anyway.
Why did you say polyamory?
Okay, we're moving on, guys. Weiss woke up, still sitting in her bedroom, with Nira holding her hands. It was just before sunrise. Weiss jumped up and pinned the bat faunus against the wall with a glyph before an arm of Gygas held a sword to the man's throat. What was that all about? Weiss asked. Why didn't you just train me like you said you would? I did. Nar answered and looked around, focusing on the two poltergeists floating above Weiss, ready to attack. Why did you put my brother in there? Weiss asked and let Nirb go again. I didn't. Nirb answered. Your mental state, close proximity, and both of you having the same semblance drew him into the dream at some point.
So wait, that was Whitley?
That was... Oh, my God. My brain.
Done.
God,
Oh,
no!
my brain.
It's so stupid.
The fuck?
Maybe it's
Oh,
like
God,
in
does
harpy
this-
form having 2 arms.
What
and
the heck is
legs.
going on?
Okay, so Raymond, could you please read what Teddy Bear Paladin just posted?
Join me and enjoy unlimited burb power. That sounds like someone no friends would say.
Dude, no. Here's what you need to do. You need to do the no bitches meme, but it's no burbs.
No
No
burb. No burb.
It's so sad.
Wait, what? Weiss asked. Now that's literally everyone else said. Made her summons disappear and ran out of the room to look how Whitley was doing. It just what goes there. Whitley is just dead of a fucking aneurysm. It's like, oh, uh-oh, oops.
My God.
Well,
Why
I
am I
get the will
suddenly in
now.
a boiler room?
Well, Neob, you're on the hook for this. In Whitley's room, Weiss found her brother sitting on his bed, looking at the floor in shock. When the door opened, he looked up, but calmed down again when he saw it was his sister. Weiss, hello, Whitley said in a monotonous tone. Whitley, how are you? Weiss asked and sat down next to him. I had a nightmare, Whitley answered. It was awful. You were there? And that was it. That was the reason it was awful. That was less awful. We almost died. I'm glad it's over.
Wow.
Also, ignore the stain in my bed. The very large, overflowing stain.
Which one? The brown one or the yellow one?
I swear it's water.
Oh,
You don't want me
I'm
to
pretty
clarify.
sure it's the white one.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
This is where you were going.
Keep this TOS, goddammit!
That is evil, man.
How can you see that though? Everything in their house. How can they see that though? Everything in their house is white.
Some of it's blue.
Okay, fair point.
Believe me, you can tell.
Oh.
Wait, also, have I been unmuted?
Anyway, moving on.
I am
And
so
also
sorry.
in
I
chat.
thought that's what
Oh
you
my
meant.
God. Literally everyone. Literally everyone. All right. I was
Yep,
there,
go to hell for that.
Weiss said, and her brother looked up at her. It was my fault you got dragged into this. I'm sorry. But if it weren't for you, I'm sure I would have lost my way. Thank you. You really are the... not Dream Eater. Or yeah, Dream Eater.
Yeah.
Whatever. You mean that was real? Whitley asked, starting to panic. It was it was a more intense version of my life as a huntress, which is the hot new isekai anime title coming out this fall. Weiss answered. You did pretty good, actually.
Is it gonna
If
be
I
on
didn't have
Netflix?
my training, I'm sure I would have made it as far as you did. That's the sequel series, by the way.
haha.
Oh my
You
God.
think so? Whitley asked. I know it, Weiss answered. I'm still in a snake dream eater. Ba-dum, ba-da.
Yes.
Are you good?
All right.
Literally.
I still don't like it, Whitley answered. And besides, someone has to stay with our father and make sure he doesn't cause too much trouble, too much damage to our company. Motherfucker, I wasn't inviting you on the journey. The fuck?
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, there's more to being human than just killing Grimm, Weiss said. For example, I fucking hope so. Sometimes we have to go
says there's more
undercover,
to
keep an
being-
eye out for criminals, and make sure people don't attract Grimm in the first place. How about you do that?
Okay.
What? What?
No.
No?
Like, are you Weiss, are you
Weiss,
wait,
I am
Weiss,
an
are you
accountant.
asking Whitley to become a therapist?
Caltech.
This has the same energy as I work at Domino's.
This is a Wendy's. I can try, Whitley
This is
answered,
a Wendy's.
completely changing his life course forever. Good, Weiss said, and gave her brother a reassuring smile. Then she got a message on her scroll, calling all able-bodied people to help fight off a horde of Grimm the military had trouble dealing with. What?
You're getting drafted.
Do it again. I wasn't listening.
Oh.
Did you tell Whitley to become a vigilante or
Oh.
I'm sending a message.
Weiss was riding a summoned griffin, heading towards a military post in the east. As soon as the two large airships came into view, she saw the horde of Grimm, consisting of Beowulfs, Ursai, and Nevermore. On the ground, at Legion Paladins and several spider droids were fighting the Grimm. Oh no, I guess it's too late, Fat Man. The spiders are back.
No.
Alongside the Legion Knights and regular soldiers. She landed on an airship next to General Ironwood, who was surprised to see her. He was just standing outside the fucking airship, I guess.
Also, bold of you to just like drop out of the sky. He could have just taken your head off.
Yeah, I was gonna say unidentified aircraft.
I mean, those of us in the tundra have seen that one gif of that guy that just shoots the like horror movie villains as soon as they come out of the doors. Like that's what I imagine.
It's so funny.
I fucking love. I gotta subscribe to that guy's YouTube. That is an amazing.
Oh, he's so good.
Weiss, what are you doing here? James asked. You seem to have problems, so I figured I'd help out, Weiss answered and summoned two poltergeists. One of them summoned possessed boulders forming a regular Petrogeigus, while the other summoned possessed and Legion Paladin. Red lightning shot out of the machine and struck several pieces of military equipment, making them oh no. You're fucking not. No. Making them float towards the main body. 24 Legion Knights formed each arm, and 2 spider droids served as either leg for a monstrosity.
Okay. Fuck everything. This is cool.
Oh my shit.
Are you okay?
The real question is,
I want to die.
which Power Ranger opening is happening in the background right now? Like, which one are we going for?
The worst one.
Yeah, okay, so if this is the
vote
RWBY
Dino
universe,
Thunder.
then we need a plethora of characters that all have one-note personalities and don't get any kind of development. We need a plot that's globe-spanning but doesn't have any necessary depth or interest in exploring those locations. We need MacGuffins that don't really serve any purpose once they're being used. And so we have two choices. We have
Isn't that just RWBY?
we have either Overdrive or we have Megaforce.
Ooh.
I was
Take
about to
your
say
pick.
Super Mega
I mean, it
Force
depends
fits
on like
that
which
like a
one. If you
glove.
want something with actual decency, go with Overdrive. If you want something that's just total shit, go with Megaforce.
I just want
Megaforce.
No, sorry, it has to be Overdrive because we also have a subplot about. Wait, there's a subplot about an android becoming human.
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
just
but
realized there's a
except
lot
that
of
part is
overlap
good.
between RWBY and Power Rangers Overdrive.
I was trying to say, you're just
Wait a
describing
second.
They even have melee weapons that are also guns.
Did Miles and Carrie take notes from Overdrive instead of anime?
Oh my god. Nice, have we cracked the code?
Fucking genius.
Oh.
Wait a second. Was the anime
What does
homework
this mean?
list? Wait, was the anime homework list a fucking psyop?
Yes, the entire time.
My God.
Jesus
Alright.
H. Christ.
Please,
Anyway.
I need you to do something.
What is that?
Oh,
General
God.
Ironwood asked. Every Grimm's worst and final nightmare, Weiss answered. The Panzergeigus. Fuck.
Did-
Weiss, can't-
what?
No. No.
Fuck you. That name sounds like.
Okay, in that case,
like-
Weiss, don't worry. Hail for Ik ben ein Robot.
That's gonna get clipped out of context. So good.
I'll change the name to the Oja Megazord.
Or artillery giant. The Panzergeigus. Wait, what? So, wait. Why'd you fill the name to translate it? What the fuck? The Panzergeigus. But wait, no, that's Jaeger. I'm thinking Jaeger. Panzer makes sense. Okay. The Panzergeigus began shooting every. No, Panzer means panther. What the fuck?
No, it means armor.
Wait, so it is on her side. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. Did she actually get new summons from the Dream too?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I gave some leeway for the Griffins, since she probably killed some during the fall of Beacon. But she did not have interact with a Geist in the show until
it does
volume
mean coated
7.
mail. Okay, I stand corrected. I thought it meant pants. A minute.
Yeah, it means armor.
She had to have gotten them from the dream.
Yeah,
it's just
technically the way Weiss'
I'll
semblance
both
works is that
I stand
anything
corrected.
that pushes her beyond her normal limits gets impressed into her memory and works as a summon. She doesn't. It never said she has to have killed it in the real world. So technically,
Except we still have the same
counts.
problem of her never interacting with a Geist until volume 7.
It doesn't matter.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So this is now go.
Okay.
I'm pedantic.
Let's get
Let's-
let's
moving on.
We're close to the end, people.
Perfect.
The Panzer Geiges began shooting every single firearm in its arsenal using dark red energy projectiles that exploded on impact. The optic sensors in its arms and legs allowed it to see in every direction at once, unlike most humans. And no matter where the Grim came from, they would be shot to pieces. Weiss swung her sword, flinging fireballs, lightning, and icicles at the Grim. I can't let them get to Atlas, Weiss thought. I am a huntsman in training, and I'll be damned if a single one of these monsters gets into my city. RWBY, we'll meet again, but first I have to win this. I'm sure you understand. So this is a White Rose fic, right? I'm getting that inclination. If it's not evidently a freaking Whitley X Weiss fic, just to be clear.
Hold up.
Did it mention it in the tag?
Is there a version of this on AO3? I think there should be a tag for that.
I don't know. I haven't checked.
I hope not.
I'll check at the top of the chapter at the end of this. A giant Nevermore headed straight for the airship, and Weiss pulled herself and General Ironwood backwards with a glyph in the last moment. She spun sideways midair and decapitated the Grim with an aura wave. What? How? General Ironwood asked as the head landed in front of him and disintegrated along with the body. I'm a huntress in training, that's how, Weiss answered without taking her eyes off the Grim. Ironwood's just like, bitch, I am a fucking headmaster.
He's the full huntsman.
He's a full-blown huntsman. What the fuck?
Yeah. What is this bullshit?
Yeah.
I'm a huntsman and I got a service record.
She shot a hard light projectile over to the other airship and jammed her rapier into the ground, and several glyphs appeared in the underside of both airships. Dark green spider webs shot out of the glyphs and anchored to the ground, and the white life stealers crawled out of the glyphs, further leaving the web. What are those? General Ironwood asked, looking at the summons from wide.
You did not. Raymond, you did not.
Yeah. Life stealers, Weiss answered. The soldiers on the ground watched in horror as the summoned Grim turned the battlefield into a giant spider web, and the dark green smoke covered the area. When the web was finished, the life stealers shot paralyzing blasts at the attacking Grim and put them into cocoons, mutilating them. The first mutated alpha Beowulf broke free, and the soldiers on the ground stumbled backwards, and even some fainted at the sight. Or maybe it's the green fucking gas that's going uncontrolled right now through the entire battlefield. The Grim was grotesquely deformed, with its right arm being much bulkier than normal. Oh no, guys, it's the Quagmire Grim.
Okay.
The Grim was grotesquely deformed. Again, the Quagmire Grim. And and its left one being split into two smaller ones. It had 3 eyes, and its lower jaw split into 2 halves as it roared at the incoming enemies. It had much more bone armor than a normal one, but it had a sticky green light coming out of its numerous cracks. General Ironwood grabbed his communicator. Rangers, it's me, General Ironwood.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
How dare you make
Why are you
this
making him
terrible.
sound like Alpha?
Because the communicator, he didn't use like a scroll or anything.
No, that's why it's called Project Alpha.
Yeah.
Duh.
Airship, stay in position. All other units, retreat, he said, and his soldiers fled the battlefield. The life stealers quickly disposed of the horde of Grim, paralyzing the attackers and either having them mutate or letting their mutated allies kill them. A mutated Beowulf ran up to a downed giant Nevermore, grabbing its neck with its right arm and tore into it with its 2 left arms. A big Ursa tried attacking the mutant, but the Panzer Geiges killed both with a rocket. General Ironwood looked at Weiss to see how she was handling all of this. She looked over the battlefield with pure determination, not a hint of doubt or restraint in her eyes. And still, she refused. Dun, bum, bum, bum,
No.
bum, bum. Sorry, I couldn't resist the determination joke.
No. The vibe I'm getting from this is ba da da da. Okay, I don't know how to do acapella like Dark-Tide Warhammer 40k.
Nah.
Someone stop the ride. I want to get off.
This girl is something else, General Ironwood thought. There's no stopping her now. I wonder how long she can keep this up. Just as he finished that thought, Weiss dropped to her knees and her aura depleted, causing all her summons to disappear and the mutated Grimm to die. The few remaining Grimm tried to flee but were followed by Bolt, who flew over the battlefield and shot them down one by one with a cold, calculating precision. After the last Grimm was killed, Niab landed in front of Weiss and helped her up. I expect you to deliver a message to her father, Niab said, looking at General Ironwood. What message? The general asked. Skibbity pliat. Tell him, that was the message. No. Tell him what she did here today, and that I am much stronger than her. Nyarb answered. If he gets in my way, he will be eliminated. And with that, he helped Weiss on its back and jumped off the airship, flying towards Mistral.
Yay!
What did you just read?
I just say.
I have no idea.
Can I? No. Listen,
We
can I
read
just
torture.
say,
Guys,
I think it's fate that I came in the chapter after so long where the mecha shit happens. I feel like it's fate.
how did you do it? Kaiser, your brethren were right here. They were mutated and deformed,
Listen.
but they were here.
This is what
The only
happens.
He
thing
just
that's
kidnapped a
missing
child.
is
Yes, he did.
Just kidding.
The only thing that's
And
missing
girl-
is some Weiss slapping a kid. Okay, like in the atonement, like a Gundam job.
Okay,
that's the only thing that's missing.
So here we go. Triggers, big spiders, human to humanoid mutation, slavery, multiple types, Whitley. Whitley is a
Whitley
trigger.
do?
Whitley was a fucking.
That motherfucker existed, all right?
I was trying to guess that.
Yo, that motherfucker just came in and
Guys,
he was like,
wait,
I'm a
it's not
trigger.
over. Author's note, the life stealers are created by the Steal the Gamer over on DeviantArt, who let me use them for my fan fiction. Also, you are free to try and figure out what Niob's semblance is. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I don't know where to fucking start.
Also, that's your job, you hack.
No. His
Justice
idea,
for
he's saying you need to guess what I chose his semblance to be.
In the comment section below.
He's asking us
I
to
know
read
what
his
it is.
mind because nothing in any of that chapter actually indicated fucking anything about what his semblance could be. I guess the
know
dream
what-
thing?
writer giving us homework?
I know what the fuck the semblance is called. It's called bullshit.
It is. It's literally just I am Inception Man.
I roll like
Yeah,
time
pretty
chamber.
much.
It's bullshit magic, though.
It's
Yeah,
the,
what I don't get is like,
it's the goddamn
why is
game
Weiss the
on
one? Why is Weiss the one who's the first to get like the Rocky training montage and become OP? And Ruby just sat on the sidelines for half a chapter while Cyrena gets to be OP in a flashback.
That's a good question.
It's very telling that she summons a goddamn armored core.
Well, I was gonna say, like,
Summon the goddamn
Weiss
Mecha.
just single-handedly wiped out an entire army of Grimm. I'm sorry. This is what we call the stakes fucking plummeting.
Well, you have to understand, at this point,
No,
General
she-
Ironwood looks in the mirror and realizes, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? Your job can be finished by, like, a teenage girl, like, in 5 minutes.
I was gonna say, you know that meme of
Yeah.
like, no,
No.
you're cringe and it's crying in the
Oh,
mirror?
true,
That's
it's
Ironwood
crying.
right now.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
Gabriel?
No, like literally, Weiss literally just pulled a fucking Gundam Seed second half and just said, "Stop fighting!" and shot freaking lasers everywhere, and everything's dead.
I have a quick question. I just want to make sure.
Fat Man, do not look in chat. That is an unspoilered spider.
Oh god!
If I might, but if I just want to make sure I'm following. So,
Oh, is that what it looks like?
Weiss was a burb in the dream, but did that have any bearing on what happened after the dream?
No, she didn't even
No.
summon like a harpy.
She was a harpy. Yeah, and
Okay, but why though? What
What we're
symbolic
learning is that verblessness is mercy upon ourselves.
this is what we call it the writer's vaguely disguised fetish.
Yep.
There it is. That's the reason.
So the rest of this. Anyway, I really love the Geist because of how versatile it is. It can quickly get past enemy lines while a bigger Grim distract the enemy and then cause massive damage by possessing whatever's there. Originally, my plan was to have Jock call Weiss for a remote press conference, but she was fighting Grim and being a badass, and the people loved her so much that Jock couldn't even tell them about the misinformation. Weiss ran on pure determination near the end, which took a bit out of her because, well, she pushed herself quite a bit. Great, wonderful. She could have probably gone halvesies on that and let the army, the trained military personnel, handle the rest of that.
Yeah, the full huntsman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean,
Hey,
yeah,
Lightning, why does that fit?
Oh yeah, he showed that before. It's actually really aside from her head being a little big, I think it's actually really good.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of goddamn adorable. It's kind of adorable. Am I crazy? For
Well, that's
thinking
because that's Lightning. That's Monster Musume, right? Like the base.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the harpy from Monster Musume.
Yeah, that's why. Poppy's cute.
I had to go digging for one that was less exposed.
Yeah, I will give you that. I mean, it is an ecchi series.
I'm surprised.
Who is it? There's a raptor harpy. Actually, that's in like the expanded lore. She's actually really shown pretty like not exposed. She's kind of sporty. Anyway, not really relevant now. I would have recommended it earlier. So yeah, this So now we have two OP mentor characters, one of which has already fully trained Weiss to completion. Jesus Christ.
What are the comments?
Yuri.
What?
That's on stream for the record. I hope you know that.
Hey yo, hold up.
Yep, that's the appropriate sound for this absolutely.
I know you're probably doing
that.
that as a joke, but you know how the internet works.
I hate
You know what?
everything.
All of the terrible things that go on in this chat, and you all get on me.
Like, you
All right, he's got a point.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Rival, that is the correct reaction.
What was Rival's correct reaction? What? ... Yes, fair.
Agreed.
Arai, you are a true Giga Chad, my man. Okay, you're being praised now. Omega Dweller is saying just egg. Well, that's clipped. All right, and now everyone's just laughing. Okay, good, excellent. We can end this on good spirits then. So let's see. Actually, next chapter is going to, I imagine, be Blake. Yeah, Blake and Sun. Yep. And no, there's no indicated ships. It's just RWBY, Weiss, Blake, and Yang right now. God, I still. Oh, you know what we can do? Because we have a little bit of time. Reviews.
Oh my god.
Today.
Okay.
Oh.
So chapter 1. Let's see what chapter 1 reviews we've got. Scrolling all the way down. April 1st, 2021. Nope.
Nope.
Good start.
Wait,
No.
April 1st.
I imagine. Yeah. R. Rose says, hey, your paragraphs aren't all double spaced. That means there are a ton of paragraphs that are close together and it looks like one huge block of text that's really more painful to the eyes. If you could insert a line of empty space between each paragraph by using the enter key, it would help make the text breathe a little bit more. Punctuation and dialogue. So it's just like it's actually like good feedback.
I like he's like the enter key.
Yeah.
Please use the enter key.
It's there.
Oh, we already read the chapter 1 reviews?
My brother in Christ, you cannot be this much of a lobotomite.
All right, chapter 2 then. Oh, that's right. Chapter 2 had like... Okay, cool. Silver Eyes being capable of more than simple grimstoning blast was an idea for a fanfic of mine I'm writing as well. Very interesting concepts for everything too. However, it feels a lot more just like info dumping rather than streamlining the story as a whole. But I'm also used to writers taking a lot slower in general so as to not overload readers with information. How do you get slower than this? We have read, for the record, we have been reading this out loud with very minimal interruptions when you break it down.
Mm-hmm.
For like what, 7 hours, and we are still nowhere near close to the fucking main plot.
My only possible point of comparison for what could be slower is Yeek.
Cool job hoping for White Rose. Oh, this guy's a Power Ranger fan.
There's an agenda with that guy.
Okay.
I made an account so you can
He
reply.
knew what he
Hey,
was
you're
signing
sort of
up for.
predicting Salem turning into humans into Grimm. I guess had a hunch.
Is that what Project Alpha is?
Oh my God, Deterex? That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
I am unironically playing Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I would build a deck around that because that sounds like a good archetype.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a good time. Join us next week where we go into Blake's story. I wonder
where I am reading next week.
Yeah, you're reading. Yep, you're reading. I'll
got
back off on
robbed
that one.
of
That
the
was
right-
all my bad.
Yeah.
You got robbed of the right to read a cool mecha fight this chapter.
Yeah, I did.
And now next week you're gonna read some bad racism.
Yeah, I am super excited for
I
that.
am so sorry for your loss, Twilight.
Raymond asked me to go find a place to switch off from. I gave it to him, and he just ignores it.
Local man ignores girlfriend's stop point, continues to
Put it in
write
voice
mecha
chat
anime.
so I could see it instead of swapping over to our private
What do you
conversation.
mean? If you could see it, it's in your DMs, isn't it?
I'm not flipping over to my private DMs. My phone is all the way at the other end of the table while I'm reading.
Man doesn't want to take the next click.
Shame him, chat.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a good time. We'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everyone.